Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log, Stardate 2016-07.14. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I should be saying welcome back to myself, because we're back from a Mission America trip. So a lot of exciting things have happened. I got my new One Company communicator, done a review on it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I've got some added features and stuff that I've figured out you can do, which not a lot of people know about. But if you hold this down, this button, and push this other one and hold it down.
Captain, USS Enterprise, Starfleet Sector 9. Inauguration ceremonies, Altair 6, have been advanced 7 solar days. Your order to alter your flight plan is filed to accommodate. Order of Comac, Admiral, Starfleet Command. Knowledge?
So,
Captain, I didn't receive that.
some little hidden Easter eggs with the One Company communicator. I need to do some more, another video on that to kind of show off some of its features, as I didn't really do that too much in my review, so I apologize for that. This isn't going to be a full Captain's Log, I don't think. I'm going to address some of the questions from my last Captain's Log before we went on the Mission America trip, and then all the questions from this log I'm going to compile, and next week do like a full-scale I'm back from Mission America Captain's Log, where I'm going to show you all the goodies and bonus stuff that we got during our trip, some of the swag and giveaways we got, some of the Denver stuff. I just want to share a bunch of stuff with you guys. But today was just a kind of catch-up kind of Captain's Log. I want to address some of the questions that I had prior to the trip, and then the next one will be a fresh back from Mission America trip kind of log. So that's it. One Company communicator. If you haven't checked out the review, please do so. It's on the channel. Also, I will be doing some kind of bonus review for it to highlight some of its features. It's a fantastic little device, and I'm so glad that I got it. Also, just a reminder, end of July, we have the Trekyards Photoshop contest. You have till the end of July to get those in. Just send your submissions to trekyards@hotmail.com, put in the subject line photo contest. Can be anything Trekyards related. It has to include either Samuel or myself, or a ship that says Trekyards or something, some kind of Photoshop entry. We've already got a lot of great stuff, but we want more. We want to have a lot to choose from. It's already a tough competition because there's some great stuff that was sent in, but we want to get more, and we want to give you guys more time. So you got to the end of July to do that, which is the 31st. And this is what you're playing for. It's a Trekyards box that was done up by my good friend Cassandra over from Pins Creations, Pins Box on Facebook, so check it out. She's done some fantastic work. It's got a nice little spacescape in there. You get some Trekyards stuff, some Trekyards cards and stuff, and then you get inside of the lid here is like this. So if you guys are interested in winning this fine item, please enter the Trekyards Photoshop contest and create something really funny or cool or great, or just, you know, replace our images with a background, TOS background. Just put us in some kind of TOS environment or something. And I'm just looking to see if there was a cursor there, but there's not. So that's that. Now, the Mission America tour went fantabulous. It went great, and I'd like to thank everybody that watched our videos during that. We have started releasing all of the interviews and prop works and panel discussions that we were on and stuff, and we've already filmed a bunch of mission briefings and stuff now that we're back. So, and some podcasts. So there's a bunch of great stuff coming out, both from the Mission America tour and for regular programming as well. We also filmed a bunch of top 10s and stuff before we left, which will eventually... Sorry, had to move the mouse. Which will eventually be back on a regular schedule. Now, there is pretty much a video a day for the next couple weeks to get all this content out to you guys, because we don't want to hold it and hoard it and waste it and let you guys think that we were goofing around during our trip, because we weren't. We were definitely working our asses off. So... So yes, that is something that you need to look forward to, and keep an eye on our page for and stuff. We'll be doing announcements when we're getting back to a regular schedule or whatever. So just stay tuned for that. So I'm just going to address some of the questions from the Captain's Log before I left for the trip right now. So the first one is Robert Monroe. He says, just curious and are not wanting to push my luck or find out the hard way. I love your channel and talking with the community here, so don't tear me up for asking, but 2 questions. If someone were ever to screw up, what disciplinary actions do you use? And if one is respectful and repentant, can they come back from a one-time offense? Just hoping to always stay on your good side. I like your content too much to risk missing out, and I'm sure there has to be at least one other person who also wonders. I'm also 99%, and also 99% of all stats are made up on the spot, including this one. That's right. Basically, if you're rude or putting a lot of spam content on the site, or if you're just rude to another member, or you call somebody a name, or you don't respect another's opinion, you will just basically get booted off the page. That could result in blocking, whatever. It all depends on how offensive you are, and most people wouldn't be that offensive that they'd never be able to come back. All you have to do is send me a private message explaining what happened, and I've given people second chances all the time. But I don't put up with bullshit either. If you, usually there's no warning. If you're being a complete dink, you're gone. It's pretty simple concept. So hopefully that answers your question. Next is Shonda's Buddy Guy. Nice score on the ship creation manual. I wanted one really badly in the early 90s. Yeah, I've got, my friend Truby Howard gave me one at Wonderfest from FASA, the Starship Construction Manual, so I haven't had a chance to look at it really. I need to go back and take a look. So, but yeah, absolute awesome book. Thank you, Truby. Analysis of Sci-Fi says, happy belated birthday. Sorry for the bad grammar. I hope you enjoy the trip. We did very much. It was kind of a double-edged sword though. A lot of stress, a lot of making sure we got on our flights. We almost missed one of our flights. Just got on barely in time. And so it was a great trip. Had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, both fans and celebrities alike. And it was kind of neat to be a pseudo-celebrity. So yes, we did enjoy the trip very much. Mark Bossert. Honestly, I'd like to take shore leave on Bajor. Lots of fun and amazing architecture. Just saying. I've got an Andorian female as first officer in Star Trek Online as well. Just because she was the first crewmate I got, couldn't just send her away now, could I? Winky face. I think Bajor would probably be a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. As I discussed in my last Captain's Log, I absolutely hate the Bajorans, can't stand anything about them. Every time, like me and my wife are rewatching Deep Space Nine right now, every time it's a Bajor-centric episode, I'm kind of like, I don't care about the Vedics and all this crap. Like, it's just too religion-based, it's too whiny, like, wow, we were farmers, wow, and we got our land back, wow. Who gives a shit? Shut up. The Bajorans just piss me off to no end because they bitch and whine and moan and complain, and I just don't like anything about them. End of discussion. And yes, you couldn't turn away your Andorian first officer. You should see mine. I love being able to modify every aspect of, your characters, if you know what I mean. Next is Akirov VB. Question for you, Cap. What do you think of the XCV-330? It seems like one of the most forgotten Star Trek ships, especially since it had the Enterprise name. I think it's very cool. It's a cool design. It's the ring ship version. I believe it was some kind of transport, a cruiser. Not like a heavy cruiser or anything, but like a shuttle almost. If it's the one I'm thinking of, which I believe it is. It's the long ship with the ring drive. I think it's a great design, and we want to do a Trekyards episode on it at some point, so we'll definitely be doing that, and you guys get to see that. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. We should actually do a mission briefing on it first. I don't know. We'll see. Dontles, 1992. I was not around for a few months, but I need to ask, when will you do some more Star Trek Online videos and stuff and things? Also, I need to know, what is your opinion on the new Star Trek expansion, as it is TOS era. So we just did a podcast on it, which we'll be releasing soon, first of all. Secondly, I think it's great. I started playing the first mission the other day. I hated that I had to create a new character, but whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I created a new character, started playing the first mission, absolutely loved it. I loved the graphics, I loved the shooting range on the ship, all that kind of stuff. Seeing the original series tricorder, but everything else is kind of for me, because I've already had a Constitution class ship forever. I've already had the Constitution class interior. I already had the TOS uniforms, both casual, dress, and mirror universe. I've already had the phaser rifle, the hand phaser. All that stuff has been part of my character for so long that it's just kind of old school to me, but the story was really fun. The server crashed halfway through the mission though, so I have to restart it, which is no big deal. I'll do that and enjoy it again, but I think it's great. So we are doing more Star Trek Online stuff. There will be some mission briefings coming out about the new ships from the Star Trek Online Agents of Yesterday mod. So stay tuned for that, and plus the podcast where we talk about the Kelvin timeline being added in, as well as the TOS stuff. Enterprise H, did you get my private message about the link to B-Belt's Enterprise J on YouTube? Probably. I know you are going to meet up with some Star Trek geeks soon, so here's a little theory to geek out about. Would you say that the Klingons were indeed in the process of joining the Federation, hence Worf's admission into Starfleet, sometime after 23-27, as suggested in the TNG episode Samaritan's Snare? Probably. I really haven't given it much thought. I'm sure there was peace talks going on for quite a while, back and forth. Yes, I've seen the Enterprise J on YouTube, B-Belts. I think I took a look at it before I left, but again, I don't remember. And I don't want to look at it right now either. Sorry, man, I keep putting it off, but I just do these captain's logs without even looking at the questions, so I'll need to take another look and, I don't know, maybe ask for the next, I don't know. I should actually look on the computer, but this takes too much time, and I just want to get this fired out, so sorry, dude. It can't be that great if I don't remember it. Just kidding, it's probably great. This is regarding the new fan film guidelines. This is still Enterprise H. Would it not be easier for them to appoint a person to deal with the fan films projects seeking to raise money through fundraisers and judge them on a case-by-case basis whether or not they got approved before the fundraisers? That would be perfect. That would be total common sense. Unfortunately, apparently they don't have common sense. The fan film guidelines are ridiculous in my eyes, but I think it's just an early stage. They want to see how the fans react to it. They want to see what goes on with the lawsuit with Axanar and all that stuff before they start easing the reins and kind of cutting back some of those guidelines. And it should be noted that they did say they were guidelines. They're not rules. So something to consider. But yes, that would make perfect sense. Judge everything on a case-by-case basis. That's the most common sense, easiest thing to do. But will they do it? Probably not, because it makes sense. Michael Hoffman, wouldn't it be titled Captain's Log 201606.07? Probably. I probably screwed up the Stardate. I always do year, month, day, but... Slater, your Australian accent was just on the spot. I did an Australian accent and it was good? I don't even want to try right now. I'm just not in the mood to do it. So I'm sorry. Galvers, Scott, don't kill me. That's a great name. I don't remember what that was in reference to. See, it's been so long since this last Captain's Log, and so much has happened, my brain's full, and I can't remember. So I want to get this fired out, get these questions kind of addressed, and then start fresh next week with new questions on this Captain's Log, asking about the Mission America Tour, things you want to know, but we'll get to that in a minute. Robert Frost, good evening, Captain. You mentioned the Unbelievable movie. Could you please put up the link to the movie? Thank you for your videos and your time. I don't think the movie's done yet. I've looked for it, I haven't seen it, I've just seen the trailers for it, so I can't put up a link for it if I don't know where it is. I don't even know if it's available on YouTube or if it was released straight to DVD or something, I don't know. Jason Almazan, Captain Foley, you're going to Comic-Con in San Diego. What days do you have a booth? Not going to San Diego Comic-Con, wish we were, but we're not. We went to Denver Comic-Con, which was great. It was fantastic, and would love to go to San Diego sometime. So if you know any of the administrators or guest relations people that are looking for people to go to these conventions, please throw Trekyards' name their way. Explain why we would be great. We filmed like 7 panels, and hosted 7 panels at Denver Comic Con. So we're good with panels, we're good with that kind of thing. So anything to help us get to more conventions would be fantastic. Empyrean Frost. I think you'll like the new expansion for Star Trek Online, as it delves a bit into TOS, and also one mission has to do with my personal favorite Star Trek episode, Operation Annihilate. The scene with the trifecta and beyond could take place at the end of the movie. Also, can't wait to choose an episode of Trekyards. Maybe I could be in said episode. Captain Mira, USS Renaissance, NCC 85632. We're looking forward to that playable version of Operation Annihilate. That'd be cool. And the scene with the trifecta and beyond could take place at the end of the movie. Here's hoping. Maybe they're looking at the brand new Enterprise and they're like, so you're sure you want to go back out there? I think that's actually perfect for what that scene is. That's probably exactly what it is. Also, can't wait to choose an episode of Trekyards. Maybe I could be in said episode. If you got it as a perk, absolutely you can be in the episode. Even if you want to do a Trekyards original based on a ship you created, you can join us for that as well, as that's happened quite a few times. So, Chris Brewin. Greetings, Captain. I love the episode you've done on props with Scott Nakata and the uniforms top 10. I thought it might be a great idea to have an episode about the design and construction of one or a few of the uniforms. I'm sure you could be in touch with Robert Blackman or Robert Fletcher. Alternately, you could consult with the folks at Starfleet 1701 Star Trek Uniform Club, the Trek version of the 501st Stormtrooper Legion. What do you think? Great idea. You're actually in luck too, because when we were on our Mission America trip, we got a chance to talk to Alec Peters and have him show us some of his costumes that he's bought in for his personal collection, and kind of goes through a history of each. And we were releasing those on Mondays. They're short little videos, 2-3 minutes each, just talking about a specific uniform or costume and who wore it, what episode, kind of show off a clip from the episode, whatever. So that kind of delves into that a bit, but I think that would be a great idea. I'd love to have Robert Blackman on. That'd be fantastic. Jasus, the planet from, well, shore leave. Might be a good planet to take shore leave, assuming they fixed all the issues that tended to, kill the guests. Yeah, that'd probably be a fantastic one. Live out your dream fantasies, whatever. But then again, the TNG they kill with the holodeck, which does the same thing, and that's, well, I was going to say less chance of being killed, but there always are the holodeck malfunctions, aren't there? So, Wake Roberts, how about a Fantasy Island planet from TOS Shore Leave? To me, that would be the ideal place for a vacation. This week's question: which of Bashir and O'Brien's holosuite programs would you most want to join in on? The Alamo, Battle of Britain, James Bond, etc. It's funny you should mention that. Like I said, me and the wife were rewatching Deep Space Nine, and she says I'm a lot like both O'Brien and Bashir, and probably the Battle of Britain one would be one of my favorites, to fly a World War II fighter. I don't think I'd want to fly a Spitfire though. I love the Spitfires, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather fly a P-51 Mustang. So probably that one, and then the James Bond one would just be fun as well. So Alamo, not so much. That's more my dad's speed, kind of the Western thing, and he's a big Alamo history buff on that, so that'd be more his speed. I'd be interested in it, maybe, but yeah, out of those 3 programs that you mentioned, probably the first would be the Battle of Britain, second would be the James Bond, and then the Alamo. So, look, Captain's Log. And last question for today, 90 Lancaster says, Stuart, have you seen the Star Trek virtual tours that work with VR headsets? Not perfect, but they're kind of fun. Yeah, I've seen them and they look very cool. I don't know if you're talking about the Enterprise D one. That one's fantastic. But if you're not talking about that one, there's a virtual reality JJ Prize one where the ship has lowered nacelles a little bit, like under the plane, like the gravity plane of the saucer. That would be cool as well. So, all right, that's it for the questions on that last Captain's Log. So, see, there's me on the last Captain's Log. So please ask questions away on this one. Love to hear your thoughts and questions and about Mission America. Who we met, what was the most fun we had, what was the best food we had, how was meeting Samuel? Are there any things about Samuel that are pet peeves of mine now that we've met? And yes, to like that last one maybe. But yeah, we had a great time, and I absolutely think Samuel's great. He's one of my best friends, at least I consider him one of my best friends, and love to hang out with him again soon. So maybe we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can get him to my place here in London, and then we can drive an hour and a half to Toronto to visit the sets of the new series when it starts filming, something like that. Maybe drive down to Trekyards, or not, maybe drive down to Ticonderoga and visit the new sets that James Cawley is now a CBS licensee for, and you can get tours of. Because when we were there, like I said in our mission updates, it was kind of tore up because they were renovating it, and the news of the guidelines had just hit like an hour or two before we arrived, so we weren't allowed to film or take pictures. Well, we were, but for our own personal use. We still haven't got the go-ahead from James to actually release any of that, but we would love to do that. And if we can get Samuel down to actually film on the finished sets, because the bridge wasn't finished, none of the consoles are really working. It was a shame because we really wanted to get sucked into the 360-degree bridge and really feel what it was like to be on the bridge of the ship, and we got denied that, which is kind of shitty. But I am going to Trekyards on August 12th to the 14th. I will be there. There is a Trekyards panel, and I'll be there in person. Samuel will be Skyping in, but me and my wife are driving down. It's about a 7-hour drive from my house, which isn't bad. Wonderfest was about an 8-hour drive, so 8.5 hours. So I mean, it's not a bad drive at all, and it's nice scenery and whatnot. So I'll be there. I also want to remind you guys too about, like I said, the Photoshop contest. You can win this Trekyards one-of-a-kind box, which we're probably getting more made eventually. But there's that. Contest deadline is July 31st, end of the month, and just put in it's trekyards@hotmail.com is where you mail it to, and put in the subject line photo contest, and have something funny. Samuel and myself photoshopped into like a TOS background or something. I don't know, something funny, amusing, but it has to be Trekyards related. And Samuel and myself will take a look at those in early August and let you guys know by mid-August who won, and then show all the entries and whatnot on the Trekyards Facebook page so you guys can see them all. So that's that. There's also the contest for the model building. We have to build a World War II fighter or World War II plane and dress it up in Federation livery. That's for the Trekyards page. The Everything About Modeling is doing the Klingons or the Romulans, and Starship Modeler is doing either the Klingons or the Romulans. I think Starship Modeler is doing the Klingons, and Everything About Modeling is doing the Romulans. So what happens is at the end of the month, the deadline for that as well is July 31st. So you get your model built, painted in Federation colors or Federation paint scheme with the Federation banners and whatnot, and then you submit it. And out of all the submissions, all the Trekyards Facebook group members will get a chance to vote on the winner. That one winner from all the entries will move on to the final, which goes against the winner from the other two sites. So there'll be one plane picked out of all of them submitted to Trekyards, and that plane will go on to battle or go against the winners from the other sites. So it'll be one Federation versus one Klingon and one Romulan. Deadline for that is July 31st also. If you have any questions, please contact either myself or Paul Lewis, and we will fill you in on that. So those are the two contests, and like I said, any questions about the Mission America tour, anything personal, like how was our stay at the hotel, how was meeting so-and-so, how was doing this, how was whatever. I want to hear it all. I want questions like that. I want to have the next Captain's Log to be a longer one, a little more detailed. I want to show off some of the goodies I got, and so lots of great stuff for the next one, which will probably be next week or the week after. And also I want to update the Indiegogo people. All of the autograph bundles have been sent out. So a lot of people have received those already. The digital perks have not been done yet. I got the list from Samuel 2 days ago. I need to send all that stuff out, all the digital perks and all the executive producer perks where people get to be admins for the Trekyards page and actually help out with the page. And the comm badges. The comm badges need to be resin cast by my friend Blappy at Blap Models. And that's going to be done this upcoming week, and then I get to paint them for you guys and mail them out. So those should be mailed out by the end of the month, and those should be arriving at your doorsteps mid to late August. So I will keep you guys posted on the Trekyards Facebook page about that, when they've been done, when they've been mailed out, and kind of give you an update on the progress of those with pictures and whatnot, so you know where you stand for that if you got a badge. So that's it for the Indiegogo stuff. Most of the perks are done and ready to go, or most of the perks have been sent out. Half have been sent out, half are still in the process of being such, but they will be all done and wrapped up by the end of July, hopefully, and definitely by the end of August. So that's where we stand right now. Thank you guys for tuning in for this Captain's Log. Kind of short and sweet, but not really. About the length of a regular Trekyards episode, ironically enough. And I hope you're enjoying all the great content we've produced for you guys. Mondays are PropWorks videos. Wednesdays are panel discussions. Usually broken up into 2 parts because they're 50 minutes long, the panel, so break it up into 23 minute kind of things. And then Thursdays are the interviews with people like Garrett Wang and Vic Manana and Alec Peters. We have a bunch of interviews, so just stay tuned. Lots of great stuff coming. Anyways, I'm looking forward to your questions and comments, so please get them in right away, immediately, so that I can do another Captain's Log next week and show you all the great stuff we got and kind of talk more about what's been going on. And thank you guys for joining me once again. This is Captain Foley signing off. Until next time, live long and prosper. Bye, everybody.